Console Convo!
Welcome back to Spoils Are Us. Spoiler
Do this
Us?
all day.
Spoiler? Oh, it doesn't really work. Spoilers?
Spoils are us, spoils are us, spoils are us. Yeah, I could do this all day, sit and talk about football. And I will.
That's what happened.
I've got a lollipop!
Modern Marvel films, or the last 2 or 3 films, maybe 4, have had 2 end credit scenes. One after the film with the small initial credits, one right after all the other credits.
Yeah, one's normally a joke or just, like Howard the Duck.
Yep, like an Easter egg.
Yeah, just like a little...
Call out to the fans.
Yeah, you had Howard the Duck in Guardians and...
Okay, so one's informative, one's a call out, a shout out to the fans.
Yeah, so one's a joke or a call out, and one's kind of like a link to the next film. Like...
This works perfectly for what I'm about to say. There's a thing there's a film with what's the guy from Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Oh my god, Jason Segel.
Are you sure? Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's in a film, right?
Jason Segel? Or Seagal? Jason Seagal? I don't know how to say his name because I always think I'm saying Steven Seagal.
Yeah. So he's in a film, right? Where the whole film is done with push zoom. Like the quick little
Yeah.
Which is
I'm
obviously
really excited about
the
that.
feel of how they want to film, and it follows him in his story arc. And then at the end, spoilers for that film, he gets uplifted and he feels positive
And they do the
about.
pull out, don't they?
And they do the very slow and obvious, slow zoom into him, which is meant because the rest of the film has been a certain way and hasn't had it. You pay even more attention to it when it's
you
happening.
subconsciously realise it, and your brain perks up, and it's like, ooh, something big's just happened.
At least this is how it worked for me. End of Marvel. There's only one end credit scene.
Oh, what, Infinity War?
And it's not the first one. It's right at the end.
Right. You have to wait for the whole thing.
You need to pay attention to this. It's important.
You have to wait for the whole thing, and it's not a link, or it has a Captain Marvel link.
Yes,
because it's
which is both Easter egg and informative, which means that they didn't have 2 end credit scenes. They put it into one.
Yeah. But at the same time,
yes.
What I like is a lot of those take away from the feel of the movie.
Yeah. It's like, you're only watching that to get to this one that we're advertising.
Yeah, like, some of them do take away from the feel of it. Like, again, how the Duck sitting talking to the Collector, going like, hey, like, you alright, buddy, or whatever. Little joke, and everyone's like, oh, look how the Duck's in the MCU. No one wants that, alright? It was an 80s movie, it's terrible. But, all that goes on. But that scene was still in keeping with, because you see Nick Fury and you're like, yes, like shit's gonna happen. Oh yeah, he's on his way to take care of him, and then he dusts, and you're like, oh my fuck, you know what I mean? Like,
when I saw the other chick dust, I was like, okay, Nick Fury's gonna stay alive then. And it's like, no,
dust
it's like,
is Nick. That is like from start to finish to end credit scene. Infinity War is one big fucking gut kick of like, oh, did you think your heroes were gonna win? Like,
and it does it perfectly.
You're mad.
It does it perfectly for making you feel helpless.
Yeah, you feel helpless watching it, and you're just kind of like, okay. And the amount of little kind of like glimmers of hope they give you, just like, I'm gonna like mainly go with Thor, right? Just as an example. They have his head almost crushed, and then he gets saved, and then they have, then he gets saved. Then he's dead in space, and then he's saved by Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Then he goes to get his new weapon, but it's
not working.
The forge isn't working, so he starts up the forge, and he has to almost kill himself to do so. And then he gets his new axe, and he fights Thanos, and he still snaps his fingers. So the whole of Thor's arc is like, oh, maybe no. Oh, maybe no. Oh, maybe no. You know what I mean? And it's just like, well fucking done for doing that with every fucking character in that fucking movie. Like,
Yeah.
not once did I think, oh, this guy's gonna. Well, no, you do. You feel like, yes, here it comes, and then no, my mistake. Nothing's coming. Like,
I think that Thor at the moment is very overpowered.
he's God.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Hulk has always been stronger.
Yeah, but Thor hasn't fought Thanos directly, and when he did at the beginning, he got his ass handed to him and was being like held by.
Yeah, but now he's a god, as it were.
Well,
So what I'm saying is Hulk needs to have an equal
Ragnarok kind of.
power uppage to be able to still scuff
Yeah.
Thor.
Well, Ragnarok kind of established the new Thor level, though, didn't it? Kind of like with his.
Yeah, by beating Hulk, which was some bullshit.
Well, like, he didn't really beat Hulk. He just electrocuted him for a moment.
Yeah. Ooh.
Dodger.
Talking about like because the scene with the sun or the star,
The star, yeah, the power of the star.
and
being
he's holding it
closer.
open. I'm like, this looks fucking epic. I wish I was there right now. Double enjoy that.
But yeah, his power level's high. But you got to think, fucking Hulk could have done that with his eyes shut.
Yeah,
And it wouldn't have been like, ah, and almost died. Hulk would have been like, is it on now?
but I'm saying more like the CGI in that. Like the whole film, I don't really have a part of it. There's maybe one where I thought, oh, this looks a bit iffy. A couple of people have said like different parts. Like another YouTube program that I watched said sometimes Ebony Moore, the guy that does the whisper thing, his face was a bit offish,
Yeah, but he's
mainly around the mouth.
completely computer generated character.
Yeah.
In a CG heavy movie.
Yeah.
So fuck you all.
Even the close up when he was doing that
When he was,
torture to Doctor Strange, I was like, this looks bloody awesome. I can genuinely. The only character where I was like, I can't see you as a real life character was, I've forgotten his name, Obsidian, or the big hench one that's on Thanos' team with the claw axe thing.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
bloody
yeah.
awesome, and Hulk needs to rip his fucking face off.
can't wait for that fight.
But I'm like, I can't see it. Everyone else, I was like, okay, I can see you as a being within this world.
You know what? You know the only time that I question the CG is when Mark Ruffalo's head pokes out the top.
Yeah, the Hulk Buster.
I was like,
okay,
what is
green
this
screen.
little wobbly head about? That's clearly not the right size of a human being. Like, all right,
But they got it so good, right?
yeah, it was calm. Like, it wasn't. It didn't ruin it or take anything away from me. I was like, all right, cool.
Do you know what my favourite part of it was? On Thanos' character being that his arms are exposed and he's hench, not only in a big scale, as in a lot of muscle, but is in a toned, he's basically at 0% body fat right now.
Yeah.
Every time he used a muscle to move, that muscle would flex.
Yeah, I know. It's
And I was just sitting there like, maybe sex is a decision. Like,
because I'm choosing to like that purple dick.
yeah. Well, not. I don't want the dick flex. I just want them. Just come round. I'll just look at your shoulders for 10 minutes.
What is this?
That's it. It's an apple. Or a Wumpa fruit if you were Crash. What?
Apparently, it heals you. You're like, "Moo." This is why you don't eat biscuits when I'm recording. Are you writing this down? Apples are healthy and heal you.
No, I'll remember that. Because I'll see an apple and they'll initially take me to this moment in time. Sorry about that, I couldn't resist the jammy dodger.
Random songs.
Okay. Spider-Man.
Iron Spider. The 4 extra legs.
Yeah, Iron Spider is awesome.
Oh my fucking god.
Do you think that Spider-Man is...
Pretty? Yeah, a little bit.
There's something, a word that you use, it's like ignition, but... Anyway. As in, like, he's the spark to drive something. That is the cohesion between older generations and younger generations.
Oh, he's definitely the link. He's gonna... You know, he's got the Iron Spider suit now. He's done all this, like, kind of...
His references, right,
Like, oh, the old...
go all the way from older, well, like 80s, where he's like Alien,
Yeah, and he's like, have you seen this really old movie? And it's just like,
To where those things like that, I'm like, don't make it obvious. Just subtly do
it's
it.
like, we get you're young. Like, we
Yeah.
get you're trying to be a 16-year-old. Like, you know, and you might look a little bit older because you're older. But, you know, I did like that they were like Spider-Man in the universe 16.
It looks like Billy Elliot.
He was played Billy Elliot though on stage.
Oh, is it? That's why I think that then. But see, that's what it annoys me a bit. How the old ones have to dramatically be old for young people
Whoa!
to understand, but the younger ones are just slipped in there.
Oh!
Unlucky. For example, when they do the alien bit, and he flies out of the spacecraft,
That was cool.
the talons come out. You know, his legs because of the iron spider,
on the wall.
and he's like, "What are those?" But he does it in the way like the meme is, "What are those?"
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's subtle. He didn't go, this is new.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
I understand kids would just naturally reference. They wouldn't be like, this is fun and new and cool.
Yeah.
Like they would, but they'd be like, that's old. Bastards. A lot of them. Next time.
More of this.
Bye.